morning, African Stars International School learners. I'm Miss Helvi, your Social Studies Grade 5 teacher. Welcome to our Lesson 6 of Term 2, e-learning lessons. Today we will discuss about the political parties in Namibia. But before we do that, let us look at the answers to the previous activity in your Platinum Social Studies Grade 5 textbook. Question 2. Why is it important that your vote is secret? Is because we have to avoid coercion. Coercion means force. Some people force. If the voting was not a secret, most people would be forced to vote different types of political parties. So a secret vote means voters are free to elect whoever they want or think is best, without forcing, without coercion. They do not feel obliged to vote for a friend or a relative. They cannot force anybody else to vote for them or for their friend. So, when a vote is secret, you just go into your own ballot box or into your own. You just go alone in the voting place and then you place your vote without anyone seeing who you are voting, or without telling anyone that you are going to vote for this one, or without showing that you are going to vote for this political candidate or presidential candidate. And 3, explain why this election is a democratic election. So you're answering this question according to a class captain election, how we elect class captains in the class. So in the class captain election, all the learners in the class had a vote to decide who would be class captain, and the vote was secret, because mostly in the class, when you are electing class monitors, you take a piece of paper, you write it without no one seeing who you are writing, and without writing your name also, that Helvi is the one that voted for Yalo, like that. So you just write that I'm voting for what more, and then you give your paper to the teacher without others seeing that you voted for what more. And then the vote would be secret. And there was also, in some cases, there could be an open discussion. A person who wants to be a class captain, why do they want to be class captain? Then you state your reason. If you get voted, if you get the highest vote, you will make sure that the class does not make noise, your class is always clean, and all those kind of things. And you have to deliver when you get voted, or you have to make sure that your promises will be true. Okay, the ruling party and the opposition. The party which gets most votes in an election becomes the ruling party. What is a ruling party? It's a party with most votes in election, and they administers affairs of the state. The ruling party is the one that sends the highest number of members to the National Assembly and the Parliament. In the Parliament, there are a lot, because it's the one with many votes. And they have the power to rule the country, like SWAPO. SWAPO is the ruling party because the one that received the highest votes in last year's election. And in the Parliament, now in the National Assembly, there are a lot of SWAPO members because they got a lot of votes during election last year. A party that gets the second highest number of votes in election is called an official opposition party. And then a political party that came second in Namibian election last year, was or is PDM, Popular Democratic Movement of McHenry Benani. The official ruling party, which is PDM now, it makes sure that the ruling party does what was promised during the elections. Because we know that before election, most if not all of the political parties, they go around the country campaigning and telling people why they have to vote for them. So those promises that they tell the people that they are going to do, we are going to do this if you vote for us, when they get voted and when they win the election, the official ruling party will have to make sure that the promises that they were telling people during the campaigning, they have to give them, or they have to administer them. And its members ask the questions in the National Assembly and make sure that the things are being done in a democratic way. So it is the function of the official ruling party and also other ruling official opposition. It's not the official ruling party, but the official opposition. Mistake, it's official opposition party, which is PDM. And also when they ask questions, it's not only members from the official opposition party that ask questions in the parliament, but also the political parties, the opposition political parties that get seats in the National Assembly. They can be able to ask questions. Now, political parties in Namibia. Namibia has a ruling party, which is SWAPO at this moment, an official opposition party, which is PDM, and several smaller parties in its National Assembly. The seats in the Assembly are divided among the political parties depending on the number of votes they got in election. In 2019, SWAPO got the most seats of 63 out of the 104 seats in the National Assembly, followed by official opposition party, which is Popular Democratic Movement, with 16 seats, and then LPM, which is Landless People's Movement, with 2 seats. That is the political party, the president is Bernatus Swartboy. And then we have APP, All People's Party, and UDF, which is the United Democratic Front, with 2 seats. There are 2 people in the parliament representing UDF. And then we have Republican Party, and then we have Namibian Economic Freedom Fighters, which is NIF. They also have 2 representatives. And RDP, Rally for Democratic Party, they have 1 representative. And CDV, Christian Democratic Voice, this was just, I think, established a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And then they have 1 representative, and SWANU with 1 representative, which is Southwest African National Union. This is an old political party. And then unrepresented parties, we have COD, Congress of Democrats. They don't have a representative in parliament. NDP, National Democratic Party, Workers Revolutionary Party, and National Patriotic Front of Namibia. They don't have representatives in the National Assembly. Okay, now, time for activity on page 54. You're only answering 1 question. Explain what a political party is. Okay, we have come to the end of today's lesson. Answers to the activity will be provided in our next lesson. Remember to keep safe, wash your hands, and avoid crowded places in order to fight COVID-19. Thank you.